Hi class 6. Today is 16 June. Today I am going to teach you chapter number 3, that is the Indus Valley Civilization. All of you take out your book, page number 27. In my previous class I have explained you about the location of the Indus Valley Civilization, the origin and the main characteristics. I have dealt with only the town planning. Today I am going to deal with these two topics, that is architecture and drainage system. Okay. Now under the architecture you can see that there is dwelling houses and public buildings. Now you know that Indus Valley civilization people, they were very good in building houses or any public buildings. They were great builders. Okay. So look at the book. Indus Valley people, they were very skillful builders. So their buildings were of two types. Number one is dwelling houses, another is public buildings. Now let's see what type of houses they used to build. Now there were large blocks of houses which were built along the roads. Okay, means at the side of the streets they used to build their house. The houses, many of them were double stories house, had flat roofs. The roof of the house was flat. They were of different sizes. Some were like palaces while others had only two small rooms. So most of them or some of them were like palace, and almost all the houses, they have two small rooms. Now they were made of baked bricks of very good quality. Now during this Indus Valley civilization, they used the baked bricks. Okay, and they have lasted for 4,500 years. An average house had a courtyard surrounded by rooms. So in every room, every house, there was a courtyard, and around the courtyard there was a rooms, a bathroom, a kitchen and a well. So around the courtyard there was room, bathroom, a kitchen and a well. Now a narrow staircase led to the room upstairs. So there was staircase also, but it was not wide, it was narrow. Now let's say about the public buildings. Please look at your book. The Great Granary. You may have heard about the granary of Harappa. Okay, there was a great granary present at Harappa, and which is an example of a large building. Historians believe that they used to store the food grains in that great granary. Okay, because there was large production or huge production of food grains, and the food grains were stored in that granary. There were two rows of granaries. Now in that granary, two rows of granaries was present. Okay, two rows means two lines of granary, and in each row there were 6 granaries. In each row they had 6 granaries. A similar granary has been found in Mohenjo-daro. A same type of granary was found in Mohenjo-daro. All the granaries were built close to the river banks so that grains could be easily transported with the help of boats. Now why they used to build these granaries near to the river? So that they can easily transport the food grains, okay, with the help of the boats. Now near the great granary in Harappa, circular brick platforms have been found, which were probably used for threshing grain. So there was some circular platform, okay, which was found near the granary. And why? And those platforms were made of bricks. And they thought that the historians, they think that those circular platforms which was there, it was mainly used for threshing the grains. Okay. Now there were, please turn the page 28. There were many furnaces where metal workers produced a variety of objects. Furnace was also present, and in that furnace metal workers made many types of objects. And now another important building which was present, that is Great Bath at Mohenjo-daro. Okay, Great Bath. This building also resembled a large swimming pool. Okay, so nowadays we are very familiar with the word swimming pool. So in those days also they used a swimming pool which is known as Great Bath. and it had 6 entrances. A central bathing pool, a center means in the center there was a bathing pool, and galleries and dressing rooms was present surrounding that pool. 2 flights of steps led to the bottom of the pool, means from 2 sides or 2 flight of steps was there. The floor and walls of the pool were made of burnt bricks. The floor and the walls of the pool were made of burnt bricks and made watertight with a lining of bitumen. Now, water from an adjacent well was used to fill the pool with fresh water, and the used water was drained out through an outlet in one corner. So what I've read out, that is the floor and walls of the pool that was made of burnt bricks, okay, and it was made watertight with a lining of bitumen. Now water from an adjacent well, there was a well adjacent to the pool, and from that well water was coming inside the pool so that fresh water could get inside the pool. And the used water means the water after the bathing, after a long time or after many bathing is done, then that used water was drained out through an outlet in one corner. In one corner there was an outlet, so the used up water was drained out through an outlet. Now the great bath, which was probably used during the religious ceremonies. So historians believe that the great bath was used during the religious ceremonies. Now there was a picture of great bath is also given in your book. You can see the picture. Okay, the great bath in Mohenjo-daro is probably the oldest water tank in the history of human civilization. Now there is also another example of a building, public building, that is the Assembly Hall. Assembly Hall was another striking building which is found in Mohenjo-daro. It was a pillared hall with the thick walls and 20 pillars made of burnt and baked bricks. So 20 pillars was made, and that was also made with burnt bricks. This may have been Assembly Hall, a prayer hall or a palace. So Assembly Hall means people used to go and pray in that hall. Now drainage system, which I have told, that is the Indus Valley civilization people, they had an excellent well planned drainage system. The kitchens and the bathrooms had drains connected to the street. So the drains, the kitchen and the bathrooms, whatever the water was coming out from the kitchen and the bathroom, that directly was connected with the street drains. The street drains ran along the sides of the streets. Okay, so the street drain ran, means the street is there, beside the street only the drain was there, and were usually covered. The drains were all covered drains. They had manholes at regular intervals, so that for inspection and cleaning. You know the manhole was present on the at regular intervals, at regular gaps, so that regular cleaning process can be done through the manholes, and for also for inspection. The drainage system proves that the Indus Valley people paid great attention to sanitation and cleanliness. So not only we are taking care of sanitation and cleanliness, but Indus Valley people also at that time, they paid great attention to sanitation and cleanliness. Okay, so go through this 2 points, that is architecture and about the drainage system. Read this properly, and in my next class I am going to teach you about the other topics, which is society and other things, society and whatever other topics are there about the occupation. I am going to teach you in my next class. Okay students, thank you.